welcome to my channel. My name is Casey. If you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you guys enjoy any of my videos, make sure to hit that thumbs up button as well. If you guys have already been subscribed to my channel, welcome back. So in today's video, I will be talking about how to start a business. I'm going to give you guys a few steps on just the basic steps on how to start a business. So if you guys want to learn how to do that, please keep on watching. First and foremost, I do want to say that being an entrepreneur is not an easy process. For most people, it takes years of consistency. It takes years of dedication to finally have your business where it's at. I mean, I know for me personally, it took a lot of time and effort for me to get to where I am today, and I am not nowhere close to where I want to be. I have so many goals that I still want to accomplish, but please keep in mind that if you do want to have your own business, you need to put your full 10,000% of your efforts, your dedication, your passion in order for this to work. You can take some breaks if you like, but it is a long-term process. If you're in it to do it for like a get-rich-quick kind of scheme, it is not going to work, and being an entrepreneur is probably not going to be it for you. But then of course it all depends on how you market your business, how you network with people. In most cases, like, it depends on who you know, where you're at, like which location you're at. It just all depends on what kind of business that you are trying to run. So just please keep that in mind, that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This takes a lot of passion and dedication. So yeah, just keep that in mind. There's times where I do feel like I need to give up, and so I take some breaks from my business, and that's okay. You're your own boss. You can do whatever you like. You can do whatever you please. Get your mind back to reality and like gather yourself before you can continue, because again, this is your business. You own this business, and you can do whatever you please to grow this business. All of that aside, I'm gonna give you guys it's about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 steps on how to build a business. These are just the basic steps. Each step does have its own like breakdown and its own category. If you guys want me to break every step down, I can and make a separate video for each one, but these are just the basic steps on how to start a business, so keep on watching. First and foremost, you want to build a business plan. So you can write down everything that you need before you even start the paperwork or anything like that. So you can write down like what's your budget, what is your 5-year plan, your 1-year plan, your 10-year plan. Like, just write all of that down. Like, for me personally, I like to journal things down and have it on a piece of paper in case, like, if I want to go back to something, I can always reflect on the journals and the notes that I've created for myself. And also, if you do happen to have like an investor in the near future, you can provide that paperwork for them and be like, this was my goal when I first started, this is where I'm at now. Like, it's just like proof basically of how much you've grown as a business. It can be very beneficial in so many ways, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is just notes for yourself. They do have some templates on Google that you could find if you do need like some help and motivation on how to start a business plan. I mean, it's totally up to you. It just all depends on each individual, on like how well they can like remember things in their mind. Like me, again, I'll remember things by writing things down. Some people, they have photographic memory. They just remember things just from the top of their head. So it just depends on every individual. This is not a required step by no means. But one thing that is important though is you want to find your own niche, something that you are very passionate about. So before starting a business, really think deeply about something that you love, something that you can do for a long time. Again, having a business is a long-term commitment, or at least you want it to be. Like, what kind of business do you want to have? Do you want to have a wellness business? Do you want to have a clothing brand? Do you want to have an e-commerce business? Do you want to sell like just whatever business that you want to start, really think deeply and make sure that it's something that you are truly passionate about. The more love you have for that business, the more determined you're gonna feel to work on that business, the more motivated you're going to feel to want to expand that business because you love it so much. It's just your passion. If it's something you don't even care about, it's like, I'm not really gonna put much effort into it. Like if you want to open up a coffee shop but you don't even drink coffee or you don't know anything about coffee, you're not going to want to grow that business. So really think about what you love. And just as I was saying in the beginning of this video, you're going to be expecting delays. You're not going to be like getting the money that you thought you were making. Like you're going to be hitting a few bumps down the road. You're going to be like, why am I not making the money that I thought I was going to be making? And it's going to make you want to give up because you are not dedicated to that business. But if it's your passion, if it's your niche, you will give it your all no matter what. Like me, for instance, like my clothing brand, I'm still not at a I'm not making as much profit as I thought I would be making, but because I love my business, because I have a true passion for the beach and bikinis, and like I created all my logos. I put all that time and effort in creating my own designs, and I love it. I love every single step of the way, and I am not giving up because it is my true passion. So find something that you really love. That is important. A good example of when I did try to build a business on a niche that I was not passionate about was cycle gear and like bicycle gear, right? So I built this business, I built this website to sell, it was like cycle clothing, cycle gear, stuff like that, but it was a drop shipping store. But I wasn't passionate about that because I don't know anything about biking. I don't know anything about like what to wear when you're biking, so that went downhill. At first I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make so much money, because I thought it was gonna be a get rich quick kind of scheme, right? I thought I was gonna make money with drop shipping. Turns out I don't even care about biking supplies and stuff like that, so it only lasted like a month or so, and then it just went downhill from there. But I mean, it can be trial and error. You can try to start a business, and then you, like, at first you thought that you love that, like you have a passion for that, and then it turns out that it's not even what you enjoy doing. So it's okay. It's okay to like just put yourself out there and try new things, try new opportunities. Like just the fact that you're even taking that foot forward to start a business, that's already a good mindset to have. So just like if it takes you a few tries to see what you do like, what you don't like, it's okay. Like it's all trial and error. So nothing wrong with that. And again, that was the first step, is to find your niche and your passion. Now that you've found your niche and your passion, the next thing is to come up with a company name. I feel like the company name is really important because you want something that will stand out. You don't want something so mainstream. You want something creative. You want something where people would be like, oh, that's Casey's brand. Like you want it to stand out, right? Like just come up with a few ideas, see what you can come up with, and then once you've like come down to like 5 maybe, go to a website to see if the domain is available. So what I use is Bluehost. Bluehost will help you it'll help you check to see if that domain is even available or if someone's already taken that domain. And it's important to have a domain that is not taken yet because you don't want to steal someone else's name. You can get in trouble for that if they do find out. So now you want to also go to your Secretary of State website, depending on which state you live in. My company is, well, my paperwork was started in California, so I need to actually switch that up. But anyway, my Secretary of State website is Businesssearch.sos.CA.GOV. So I'll write that down here so you guys can check out the website. But that would be the website where you can check to see if that name is available in your state itself. Again, it is super important to come up with your own name. You don't want to use someone else's because their name could have been trademarked. You can get in trouble. You can get a fine if you use or if you steal someone else's name. So remember, do not steal someone's name, okay? It's a really big deal. I'm pretty pissed off because someone stole my name. Anyway, I'm going to get into that later on. But yeah, that's the second step. The third step is to choose an entity type. So an entity could be an LLC, it can be an S-Corporation, it could be a sole proprietorship. I cannot say that word. A sole proprietorship. There's different types of entities. You want to choose whichever one best suits you. So an entity is for tax purposes. So let me just break down the LLC, because that's what I use for my business. So an LLC, it protects your assets, like your personal assets, from your business assets. So those two will be separated, and it's for tax purposes. And LLC, if you guys are wondering, stands for Limited Liability Company. So it's for a company that you it's kind of confusing, because like I would have to break it down in another video, because there's so many different types of entities, and it all depends on what kind of business that you want to run. So yeah, I could do that in a separate video if you guys are wondering. Please comment down below if you guys want me to break down each entity type. But again, there's LLC, C corporation, S corporation, sole proprietorship. You guys can do your own research on like which one best suits your company and what best suits you. So yeah, that's was it the third step? Yeah, third step. After you have chosen your LLC, now you want to register your business with the state. So again, depending on what state you live in, you want to file the paperwork for that state. I use InkFile. I mean, you can do the paperwork one by one if you have the time for that, if you have the patience for that, but I paid a website to do all of that for me. So again, I use InkFile. There's also LegalZoom, and there's also Zen Business. So again, this is something you want to research like what company is best for, like, I don't know, like what company is best for filing my paperwork, something like that. Like, it just depends on what state. If you do decide to file with InkFile, they do give you a binder. I spent like, I think it's $225 plus tax per year. It's pretty cool because it has like your business name on the bind there, and then it just gives you like some dividers. So basically they give you your documents, they file your EIN number. So this is like my seller's permit. This is just a copy, it's just proving that my company has been filed with the Secretary of State. Ew, spider. More Secretary of State paperwork. This is my EIN letter. And then just like a bunch of important paperwork that you need for your business. And then like these are just some certificates if you want to add someone to your company, like a co-owner or something like that. And then a miscellaneous tab, which is where I keep all my receipts for my business. So yeah, it comes in pretty handy. I would check them out. Again, it's called InkFile, and they just do all the work for you. After registering your business with the state, now you want to apply for an EIN number. So EIN stands for Employee Identification Number. It is like your social security number for your business. You'll be needing it to open up a bank account, to start a credit card, to check your credit history or your credit score for your business. So it's really important to have this number. You guys can simply go on IRS.gov to apply for one. In the search bar, you would just put EIN number, and then you would just type in your company name, and then it'll give you like, I think it'll ask for like the address for your company, a phone number, and other stuff. So yeah, it's really important to have an EIN number. Oh, and one thing to keep in mind, that it is free, so you don't have to pay for an EIN number, and it only takes like, I think the office is open between like Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I don't know what time zone they're in, but if you apply during that time, like during the open hours, you should be able to get like your number the next business day, or even just in a few hours. It all just depends on when you apply for it, but it's really quick. So yeah, IRS.gov. Now that everything is set in place, you registered your business, you got your paperwork, you got your EIN. Now you have to see what is your budget. I think I started off with like $5,000, but that wasn't for my clothing brand itself. Like, I had multiple businesses that I was starting all at once. Like, I had an Airbnb. So aside from those other businesses, just my clothing brand alone, I started off with $1,000, which it just all depends on like what business you are starting. You need to figure out, like, do you need merchandise? Do you need business cards? Do you need marketing? Like, what is it that you need? Write down everything that you need to start this business and see what your budget is. Just like make it easy on yourself and really think about what is it that you need for this business. Write it down. If you need to start off with $100, do that. If, you know, like, it just all depends. It's your own budget. Write it down. Stick to it. Don't go over it. I mean, it's okay to go over it, but like, you need to make sure that you can cover for that extra money that you spent. You know what I mean? So yeah, again, it just differs from person to person, but set a budget. Next, you want to open up a business bank account. So you can go to Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. Go to any bank that you prefer, talk to them and ask them to open up a business bank account. It's important that it's a business bank account because you want to separate your personal bank from your business bank, right? I think I opened mine up with Chase. All they need is your EIN number. So this is where the EIN number is important, because in order to start your bank account, they'll need that information, and then they're gonna verify whether this company is even real. Yeah, just go talk to a specialist, tell them that you want to open up a business account, like a checkings account, right? If you're interested, you can also open up a credit card. Some banks do require some history, like some credit history, in order for you to open up a business credit card. For example, like, I think they require a year of business history, so your business has to be active for at least a year in order for them to even consider giving you a credit card. So there are some requirements, but having a business credit card it's helpful because it'll help your business credit. Okay, so yeah, open up a business bank account and you can put in your own personal money in the meantime, and then like whatever money you make from your business can go into that bank account, or whatever you want to do. You can put like half in there and then half in your personal bank account. It all depends on you, but something that you do want to keep in mind is you want to keep your business expenses separated from like your personal expenses, like your personal bank account, if that makes sense. Next, you want to research if your state or even like the county that you're living in has any requirements for running a business. So for instance, if you're selling cookies, or if you're selling like baked goods, you might need some sort of certificate or some sort of license to sell those, you know what I mean? Or, you know, like, just you have to check to see if some certificates are needs to be required, or like a license, like a business permit or something like that. So whatever business that you open up, check to see if you need some sort of certificate to operate that business. Does that make sense? I don't even think I need a business license for mine. I truly can't remember. Let me check the paperwork because I think I do. Yeah, so it looks like I do need a seller's permit. So when I first started off selling bikinis, I actually bought it from a wholesale store. So like, meaning it came from a different warehouse, and then I would resell that. So I was required to have a business permit, a seller's permit. So on here it says, Wavy Beachwear is authorized pursuant to sales and use tax law to engage in the business of selling tangible personal property at the above location. This permit is valid only at the above address. This permit is valid until revoked or canceled and is not transferable. If you sell your business or drop out of a partnership, notify us, or you could be responsible for sales and use tax owed by the new operator of the business. So this is a seller's permit that I needed in order for me to sell wholesale goods. So again, it just depends on what business you're running. Now you want to build a website, and you also want to buy a professional email. So again, I used Bluehost to buy my domain and my professional email. So like by professional, I mean like it has your own company in that email. So like mine is cassandra.bagarisa@wavybeachwear.com. I know it's super long, but I just went on Bluehost to buy that, and it's like $4.99 a month, and that includes my domain and my email. And then when you build your website, you could like me personally, I like to learn every step of the way. Like I like to learn how to build my business from scratch, because some people, they can like pay people. They'll pay people to do stuff for them. Like for instance, like you can go on what's that website? I don't know. But you can pay some freelancers to build your website for you. But I am a creator, that is what I naturally am, so I'll learn how to build a website by myself, and I use Shopify for that. Shopify is really good because they are user friendly. If you have any questions, there's like a chat room that you can go on. You can call the specialists if you have any questions. They also have like YouTube tutorials, I believe, like on their actual website. So Shopify is like, I would say it's like the top, well, my favorite place to build my website. There's also Wix, there's GoDaddy, there's a bunch of places where you can build your website. And again, if you don't know how to build a website, if you don't want to take the time to learn, there are some freelancer websites that you can go on. My favorite is Fiverr. I'll go ahead and write that down here as well, but it's just a bunch of freelancers from around the world, and you can choose whichever one best suits your needs. Like one thing I do like about Fiverr is that you can choose from so many different artists, from so many different creators. You can check to see what their old projects look like, and you can see if that if they have like the same style that you're looking for. So Fiverr is a really great place. You can go on Fiverr to like pay a freelancer to come up with your logo, come up with your brand, even your brand name, I think. So just, it's a really great website. I would definitely check it out if you guys do need help creating a website. I just realized that I've been scratching my skin this entire time. Like I have really sensitive skin, and today I feel like I've been getting a lot of bug bites, so it's kind of annoying, so please excuse me. Let's continue. Last but not least, you want to create a logo. You want to create a brand, like something that will flow, right? So again, if you don't want to create your own logo, you can go on Fiverr for that. You would just type in, excuse me. Okay, you can go on Fiverr and have somebody create a logo for you. You can you would basically tell the artist like what you're looking for, what color scheme you're looking for. Like, you want something minimalistic? Do you want something more like detailed? What is it that you want? And they'll make it happen. Okay, and then also you want to create a brand, something that will stand out. For my clothing brand, it's pink and blue and beachy theme. Like that's my brand, and it's something that I let it flow throughout my whole website, my clothes, my designs, everything. Like you can just tell that it all flows together and that it's like one brand. Like you don't see something super random, like okay, like I have a bunch of beach attire, right? And then if I just come out with something that's totally different, what's a good example? Like I come out with some cowgirl boots or something on my website, like that is not part of my brand. That would be a totally completely different brand, right? You want it to all flow together is basically what I'm trying to say. And now that you've come up with a logo and a company name, you want to be able to trademark that. This is where I went wrong. I had my company name Wavy Beachwear, or Wavy alone, but I had that name for like an entire year without trademarking it, and then somebody stole that name from me. So when I went to go try and trademark my name, my company name, the person I was working with told me that it was stolen. So I was so mad, like I'm still really upset about that. So I had to change my name into keep it wavy. So it is important to trademark your business as soon as you can. Like if you really love that name, if you really love that logo and you don't want it to get stolen, trademark it right away. Like I'm that's something that I would advise. It ranges between like $200 to like $800, I believe, like somewhere around that range. I spent like $400 to trademark my logo and my business name, and I worked with somebody where he just did everything for me. So you guys can go on Fiverr for that as well. Look for a person that can help you trademark your business, and that is something you want to jump on as soon as you get everything like settled in. If you have your design and your company name, you can do it all at once, or you can do it individually. It's up to you. Alright, you guys, and that's pretty much all the steps that I have for now on how to start a business. If you guys do enjoy my videos, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. You can also comment anything down below. I would be happy to respond to you guys, and I do love the support that I'm getting. Like, we are almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the support and the love. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and look out for the next one.